Okay, guys, so I am back with another video. I'm part of the Wi-Fi Bread series that I'm doing here on the ANL channel. Doing these videos because I really care about people making money. I think it's like super important. I know that for me, myself personally, it's been one of the main things in my life that has been like always an issue, this thing called money. So that's what this particular series is about. Pretty much because I've pretty much figured out money finally, like at least how to get it, retaining it and growing it. You know, we're still going to be working on. But as I grow, I want y'all to grow with me. So I have just discovered or been reintroduced to something called Forex. So I just want to share it with you guys. It's something I've been studying over the last week and a half. I'm moving pretty slow with it. Well, actually, I mean, I'm really not moving pretty slow with it. Actually, as you can see from the screen, um, anyway, let me just explain this to y'all. So, let me bring this down and bring this down as well. We're going to essentially walk through this. So, this is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I'll leave a link in the description below. They're essentially a brokerage that you can trade with. I'm pretty much just using this platform just for their technical analysis. Because they have amazing technical analysis. So, in my opinion, as far as like just their platform and just how it all works, it's pretty like self-explanatory, and it's pretty with the colors and shit. And once you kind of get in, it's pretty easy to understand. So I'm gonna just walk through briefly like all the different like buttons and I'm trying not to cuss y'all a lot, but all the different little buttons and essentially just show like how this is working because like I'm super pumped about this. I feel like trading Forex is going to be for me and the people in my life something that we're really going to be taking advantage of all 2020 as we just keep on moving and striving. So let me explain to y'all this. So this is like the account info over here. You have your buying power and your day trades and stuff like that. It just gives you like all different kind of information pertaining to your account info. You have your live news, your trader TV, and your watch list. I don't really use the live news or the trader TV. That's not really what I need it for. So you have your watch list, Forex pairs right here. Let me see if I can, read this out. So what I like to do is make a watch list of the pairs or of the stocks that I'm using. You can access that by, clicking on this button here and scrolling down and clicking on create a watch list. From there, you can name it whatever you want. So you can do stocks, and you can add the various different symbols. I forget what alpha symbol is. Let's see. I'm gonna do a Forex here. See, and it'll pop up like that, and then that'll be like a part of your watch list, and you can add as many symbols as you need, and you click save, and then it'll pop up as one of your as one of the stocks that you can put over here in your watch list. So we got the different pairs right here, and then you have a quick chart where you can throw up any particular pair or stock or you know, anything, and then you can, view it in the chart right there. Over here, you got the monitor. So you can monitor like your positions that you have, your working orders, filled orders, canceled orders. Again, I don't have any orders in here because I'm actually using a foreign brokerage because American brokerages don't really have great leverage. Their leverage is like 1 to 30 or 1 to 50. And overseas, you can get like 1 to like 500 or like 1 to 1,000. And I'll talk a little bit more about leverage in maybe some up and coming videos as I kind of get more, just real cold at this, for a lack of words. And then we'll talk about that. But yeah, so that's the monitor right there. And you can, view the positions, account statements, and go over here to trade, has all your different trades in there, the analyze. I haven't actually played with this. I don't really know what this does. Scan, what you can do, essentially you can like look for a whole bunch of different stocks. I think it's only limited to stocks. Oh no, you can look for anything. So this is kind of like your search, and it has like different, variables that you can, adjust, and then it'll like ring up your search results down here. Then you got the market watch. I don't really use this again. I really just stick to charts, y'all. So tools, education, I don't really use their education. I will put a link in the description for like a pretty cool website. It's called babypips.com that essentially like will teach you almost everything that you want to know about, Forex and stocks. Well, actually, I think it's just Forex, but a really great website there. So over here, I guess you can share. I don't really know what these buttons are, but over here is your studies. And so these are the different indicators that I have in here. So just to kind of go through this pretty quickly, this is the displaced EMA line. So that's going to be, I actually can't read it through right here. Okay, the displaced one is the yellow line. The moving exponential average is your blue line. That's essentially just moving really quickly with the flow of the market. Your simple moving average is the green line. It essentially moves slower than the market, but it's more accurate because, in a sense, it's like taking its time. We'll get into all this again. The parabolic SAR is these dotted lines. It just kind of gives you a general shape of where the trend is going. And then you have your RSI, which is your relative strength index. And essentially your relative strength index is kind of just showing how strong the market is like moving, like how much momentum is attached to like the market. Then you got your MACD, or MACD, and your MACD is essentially showing you either things are overbought. So when you see it's like kind of green, that's an indication that the pair or the stock or the option is overbought. So that's kind of like a wrap up of the indicators. Again, you access this by your studies, and there's a whole bunch of different indicators and stuff that you can add. Those are over here, and essentially you just place these over here, wherever you want it to be. And that's just kind of how like that works. So going back to the graph here. So I don't want this to be like a super long video. I just kind of want to show how easy this is in theory And really all that's needed is a bit of consistency and, of course, mindset. Last thing before I jump in, this button right here is your time frame. So right now we're on the 20-day, 1 hour time frame. I'm kind of liking this time frame a lot more because I can kind of see the graph, the market, and just kind of see like what's going on. I always need to be able to see. But you also have, your 1 day, 1 minute, 1 day, 5 minute, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 day, 4 hour. Right here is, your style of your candlesticks. You can change that by, where is it? Set, I believe it's set chart, default, or it's probably settings. Yeah, it's the settings right here, and you can change the appearance. So you can fill it up, you can have it open. So I like to keep them closed up. It helps me be able to see better. What else? The drawing tools, all your drawing tools over here. Your Fibonacci extensions are right here, which we'll get into a little bit more. Trend line, everything that you need right there. And studies, you can add a study, edit studies, and I believe you can also upload studies too. I was looking into that. But yeah, so I just kind of want to go into this, the graph here. Let me zoom out. So I just kind of want to share, I know it's a lot of like lines and it's a lot of colors and it's just like a lot, going on here. And it's crazy because like this is like the 4th time that I've been, I guess that Forex has like tried to come into my life. The first time was when I was like a freshman at, oh, no. I would actually, I don't know. Cause see, I was initially going to school in Kansas for being what was I going to do? I was going to do macroeconomics. Because again, my whole life has really been about trying to get some money, y'all. Like, my parents had no money. They had no, like, hustle either. Just hella lazy. Not to rip into them, like, too much. But, just very, very questionable. So it was just like money was always a problem. So I went to school initially going for macroeconomics and to be, or also to, I was also doing film as well. So I was doing macroeconomics and film, and I had like this really great professor in macroeconomics, and I guess he was like an advisor to like Sprint. So this dude was like really, really, legit. Obviously, I mean, he's a professor at Kansas. But anyway, so just in him and like the brief, like, I guess semester, or maybe it was a 2-semester course. But yeah, he was just breaking down the markets, and it was like making sense to me then. And I think there was like a group that you could like go to that had like oh my gosh, like a Forex group, and I passed it for some other reason. Oh, probably because I was playing basketball and like wasting my time on the on the practice squad with the Jayhawks girls. Not wasting my time with them, but like the coach. Like that's why I say that. Coach was pretty trifling. But anyway, that's probably why I missed that because I was so wrapped up in basketball. So I missed it that time, came back. I was a sophomore at a community college back in my hometown in Plano. And there I was introduced to Forex again, but it was like binary options. And it was weird and I didn't understand it. And I was like essentially like pitching on like the 1 minute market or time frame, essentially trying to like bid on like if it was going to go up or down. So like I think I had like a 5 winning streak, and I was like, oh shit, like, you know, this is about to be like, what's up? But then that ended. Like, I ended up losing once or twice, and I got like really freaked out about it. And I got again distracted with basketball, and then I ended up quitting, and then I ended up going into film, and I ended up doing music videos, and I was just like so gung ho on like doing music videos so that I could get experience for essentially doing like film, right? Because I want to be a filmmaker, and now I am a filmmaker, and so that was like my whole entire goal. So I missed it. So that's like now twice. Then I guess I ended up going to UNT, and they had like a very, very nice like Forex, I guess, group or club, and ended up passing them or passing up that opportunity again because I don't know, like just life, and then ended up only staying at UNT for like a year, and then I bounced to another like film school. So I was just like bouncing off. So essentially, like I've passed up this opportunity a couple of different times, and like this time I'm just like I'm not gonna pass it up. I'm gonna stick here. I'm gonna learn it. Essentially, this is a skill set that is recession proof, and it just makes sense, right? Because it's the money market. Like you're going into the money market. Like if you need money, why not go to the money market? This is the motherfucking money market. So let's jump into like how we understand this chart. So as you can see, we are on the 20-day, 1 hour time frame. So all of these candlesticks represent an hour, and you can kind of see at the bottom here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are just hours, right? So it starts at 0. That essentially would be like, I guess, 12 a.m. and it goes up from there. Cool, cool. So what I like to do first is one, you want to put in your indicators. So without your indicators, you're not going to know what's going on. So to put in your indicators, you're going to click on this studies bar, and you're going to come right here. So some of the indicators that you want to place on here is the following. So let's go through this. Displaced EMA, you want to have close 10, -5. Don't ask me why. These are just, indicators that I've seen from like Ricky Gutierrez. I highly recommend him. I'll put his name in his YouTube channel in the description below as well, because he's had like 5 years of experience in trading stocks, trading the markets, and just he just like really, really knows his stuff. So a lot of this information, as far as like the indicators, I learned from him. So, and the settings from him, as well as like a couple of other, traders or whatnot. But essentially, those people, like, it's the same indicators. So you can really just take these settings from right here. You want to put the displaced EMA here, the moving average exponential, the simple moving average, and the parabolic saw, and the RSI, the MACD, and the on-balance volume. So I'm going to go ahead and just open these up so you guys can see the settings, and then you guys can go and pause this video and then go and apply those settings into your Think or Swim platform. So the next one, moving average exponential. We're going to open this. Okay. Opening up this one. Okay. Opening up this one, parabolic saw. There we go. RSI. Boop, boop, boop. Again, pause the video so you can get the settings here. Boop, boop, boop. And then the on balance. I'm still working on this because really there's another trading platform, MetaTrader 4, that I would like to be using. because there's like a custom indicator called the OBV that essentially will help determine divergence. And I was trying to like get download like I spent like all day yesterday essentially trying to get like a virtual machine that could run like high Sierra, because I have like Catalina now. It's like this whole thing, like, because essentially Wine Bottler can't work on Catalina, and so I can't download my Trade 4, and so I can't get this custom indicator. So I'm trying to see if I can work it on here. But they said the people that make the custom indicator, they don't make it for Thinkorswim. So like it's just a whole thing, because essentially like it places divergence automatically for you, so you don't have to do it. And I'm about to get into divergence right now. So honestly, we're not going to do divergence. We're going to do divergence in another video, so stay tuned. I will be coming back for that. So let's just talk about these indicators. So these dots are the parabolic SAR. Essentially, these are giving you an indication of where the market is kind of going. It's kind of like just like the outline or like the skeleton of the stock market. So you can see this is following, the flow. Also, if it's on the bottom, it's going to give you an indication that the market is going up. That it's bullish. Bullish means when you see the markets moving in a positive direction, that's bullish behavior. When we're talking about bearish behavior is going to be when the market is driving the price down. So that's bearish behavior. And bearish is correlated to the red candlesticks. Bullish is correlated to the green candlesticks. So in that momentum of going upwards. Let me see if okay, y'all. So I ended up pressing the end button. So I'm back. Here's the button I was looking for. What was I talking about? The parabolic SAR. What button? Let's see. It's like a green, I guess. Yeah. It's kind of big. Let's go back down. Oh, so yeah. So that movement up, that's bearish. And when it's coming down, that's bearish behavior. Cool. So that's what the parabolic SAR is, referring to. So you want that indicator. The other indicator is this blue line, which is the EMA line. It's the exponential moving average, meaning that it's moving more in line with the actual, energy and motion of the market. So that's why you're going to see that moving average closer and tighter to the actual candlesticks. So that's a line that you can use to validate, that the market is actually moving in, the particular direction that you are anticipating. So that's that indicator. The next indicator is the simple moving average, which again, it moves slower than the exponential moving average. That's why you see it. It's more, it's slow. It's like, I don't even know. It's just moves slower. Okay. Let me zoom out here. So you can see it a little bit better. So that's the motion that is kind of making that pin. So it's moving with the chart, but obviously it's moving slower. So if you're looking to kind of understand where the markets are moving, you can use this indicator, the simple moving average, but just understand that it's a bit slower, which then also kind of makes it more accurate. So again, all of these indicators you're going to use together in a sort of checklist to make sure that you're entering in on the proper, or you're entering in on a trade that's going to potentially give you the best result, the best probability for profit. Okay, so let's go through how we determine this, and also let's go to, let's talk about divergence real quick. So divergence is these lines here, these yellow lines that I've marked. Essentially, essentially divergence is going to let you know when there's going to be a swing, or a reversal, meaning this motion, meaning that you were going down in a particular direction and now you're moving in another direction, right? This is where we make our money. We make our money by getting in right here and then rising with the price and then go right here. So we're in and then we're out. Cool. So that's what divergence can help you. It's going to help you figure out and determine. I'm kind of jumping all over the place. Let me come back right quick. Let me tell you about these support lines. These support lines right here, you want to identify like when the chart goes down, dips, and then it bounces back up. Let me kind of zoom in for y'all. Let me zoom in. To these support lines that we've drawn here. So these lines are lines of support. You're thinking of having a pen. Alright, so here we are. So these are lines of support. So essentially support is when the market has hit a certain point and off of it, like so. So that's a line of support. And so it's kind of like, if you're a visual person, this is going to be a little bit easier for you to be able to see and kind of just identify off of it. But this is pretty essential to knowing when to get in and when to also get out of a trade, or when it's a good time, or when there's a possibility of a reversal in addition to divergence. You feel me? So this one right here. So this would be, again, I didn't get the pen. So that just meant that the market just closed. Why am I not able to mark with this pen? Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's a line of support. And this is a line of resistance. So when the market hits a certain point, and then that's a line of resistance. And so what we want all of these, lines of support and resistance, so that we can know, when the chart is, as we're moving on, through the market and the days are passing and whatnot, we know that the market has already hit these lines of support. Here we know that this was a support line, right? So right here, support line end up becoming lines of resistance. So right here, when the market it went up and it hit and it stopped, it got here, it went down because, or that's something anticipated, or we would be anticipating, because we have this line of support. We've already seen it before. So, so that's how you would use lines of support and resistance. Same thing here. Same thing here. So that's right now kind of what we're waiting for. Is to see, if we're going to break above this this support line, because we had a high right here and we're on a breakout right now. or on a swing rather. It's not really a breakout. It's more of a breakout when it's right here. And we're trying to see if it's going to pass this support line right here. So that's why I use it. Also, too, when it gets closer to this line, and as you can see, I have alerts here, to let me know if it were to hit past this line right here. We know that we're going to be looking for a breakout. We also know that the closer it gets to this line, the greater chance of a reversal coming down. Also, these lines right here, Fibonacci lines. I think I'm gonna make another video about that. But that's another indicator as well. So essentially, like when you're looking at the chart, even like right now, the indicators would essentially, tell you like, hey, here's a parabolic star. It's kind of on the top, meaning that, the parabolic star again kind of shapes, or kind of outlines where, the market's kind of going. So this is kind of, concerning for me, but it's been kind of doing this. That's kind of like placing down, but as you can kind of see, it's making a curve. A curve. I don't know why it's not like dragging it. There you go. So it's making like this like curve right here. So it's kind of, giving me the indication that, it's going to continue to go up. So, also you see again, it's coming down and it's going up. Also too, so, I use the Fibonacci. We'll get into that in another video. But just to kind of just explain it, let me just take this off. Essentially, to draw the Fibonacci line, what you're doing is you would take it from the lowest point, take it where it goes, to the highest point, to the point where, it had a point of resistance. Trace it back down to the next lowest point, and that would present you these Fibonacci lines. Now, these Fibonacci lines are seen everywhere in nature, so they're very, very important, and so they also appear in the stock market. So that's like super. The Fibonacci is super, and so that's essentially what I use as another indication. That with this entry point that it was going to bounce from right here. And also, too, this line right here was a low in the market. And when you're looking for reversals, you're looking for, those lows. So, yeah. So, last couple of things, because I'm about to wrap the video up. You're going to use a parabolic star, Fibonacci sequence. You're also then going to look at the EMA line, which is this line right here. A good tip that I'm going to share with y'all is when you see a candlestick, if you're looking at a come back down again, my fail. All right, so if it's coming, looking for a swing, which is what you're always going to be looking for. A tip that y'all can take with y'all is this EMA line, which is the blue line. That's the exponential moving average. So it's moving very, very quickly. It's moving with the market. When these candlesticks pass above it, you know that that's an indication that the market is going to go up. When you see this pattern happen where you have a green going up, or it crosses the EMA line, because as you can see before, it was below. See over here, it's below it. The EMA line is acting as a source of this. You can also see up here, it's acting as a support. So again, it's an indication that on a swing trade, when you see a candlestick, kind of cross it, it crosses it again, and then on that, just my preference that on the third candlestick that's above this EMA line, that you would then get in, and you place an entry point. You place an entry position right there, and then you put your do your take, and of course you do your stop loss down here somewhere. We'll get into stop loss and all that, but essentially that's that's a good tip. So same thing if we're coming down, if we have bullish if we have bullish momentum, it's going to be the same thing. Bullish. So we're going down. So you can see we're going up for time. It's not the best example because dramatic, but again, it started to cross right here, more, and then right here, third candlestick. And again, I just like to come on the big. It's really not a rush or anything. We want to be, very, protective of our money, of our hard, earned money. And so, the third one isn't enough to get into. Also, this is a wider, this is this is a 20-day 1 hour market. So let me pull it up on like a 15-minute chart. So kind of provide a better look towards it. So like this one, so you could have got in right here once it was fully below that EMA line. So you could have gotten in on this candlestick. Again, I just, prefer to, I would have gotten in right here just because, again, I want to be totally sure that, that it's going down and that we're not going to have like another like reversal, popping up. So, and had you gotten in right here, then you could have wrote it down all down right here if you wanted to, or you could have gotten out, at any of these points, and that's when you would have, shorted the stock. Short. Cool. So you short it when it's going down, and then you do a buy when it's going up. Cool. The RSI again. I think we went over the RSI. It was a strength index. Last thing that I'm gonna do, just because I'm gonna make sure that everybody gets the divergence. Because the divergence is really the biggest thing in determining the reversal of the markets. Let me bounce out to, I'm going to go to the 20-day 1 hour. It applies to all of them, so, but I'm going to just use this one because I like how you can see the divergence pretty clear. So divergence essentially is, look at the pointer. Divergence is when the price action is making the price action is going against the indicator, meaning the price action is going in a different direction than the indicator. So what that means is that, from this chart right here, we see that it's trend, right? It was going in a downtrend. So we're looking for the reversal. That's when we make the money, is on a reversal, right? This is a reversal, okay? This is a reversal as well because it's going down, and up. This is also a reversal. It was up and then it was down. but looking for, we're looking for a reversal because we see that this is going down. So that means that we're going to look at for divergence. We're looking for we're going to be looking for lower lows. That's how we figure out divergence on a downtrend. On a downtrend, when we're looking for divergence, we're looking for. So when I say we're looking for divergence, when it's a reversal, or when I say we're looking for divergence, that means that we're looking for a reversal. Okay. So this is a reversal, and divergence. Understand this. So keep this. So when you have a lower low, when the downtrend, you're gonna look for these lower lows. So low, lower low, lower low. You're gonna connect these two together, as you see already done with the trend line. With the trend line, you're then gonna compare that with the same point on your indicators right here. So you're gonna match these up. When you do that, you're gonna on the indicator. Now, see that the price action is going in one direction, meaning it's going down, but the indicator is showing you that the lower lows of the indicator, right? That's, even though it's very slight, that line is increasing. It's going up. Okay? It's going down. That is, my friends, divergence right there. That tells us that we're going to have a reversal. So you can map out these divergence line by identifying when a trend is going down, looking at the low lows. If there's a lower low, then there's a great chance that there's going to be a potential reversal in which we get in right here and we take our and we go about our merry day. Okay, so let's go over here to like today. Just how like I put this into action today, and I'm waiting for my profits. Also, these are lines that I drew too, where I'm just kind of mapping the flow of the chart. These harsh blue lines. That was just something extra I did just to kind of again verify my thoughts on this reversal, on this divergence. So this is today, as you can see. Like it's today is it's Wednesday, but I'm taking it to account. Like my whole entire theory for making this play was this. So gonna break this down and then pop up off this video. So right here we have a low. We have a lower low. Connecting these, dropping it down to the point on the indicator. I'm using the RSI for right now. I'm also using the MACD. We have again right here another low. So low, lower low on a downtrend. I'm not opening it up because it was a downtrend. So that's why we're looking at the lower low, or we're looking at the lows, and we're spotting low. Connect these two. We drop down their points right here, and we can see this is a low that went to a higher low. So now we have divergence. Cool, I'm gonna let these things fade. As you can see, low, lower low, low, higher low, divergence, meaning it's going this, and this is the bearish divergence. And so, bullish divergence. So when you see, the lines are, they're kind of coming together, that's an indication of bullish. And what happened? We see bullish divergence. This was the low point earlier today, and ever since it's been going up. So I got in about like right here or so, and just for it to go up, continue to go up. So, um, yeah, really that simple. Same thing down here on the MACD. Can't really see it because these colors are kind of the same, but when you match this up and you drop it down, got that right there. Look at this, drop that down. We now have divergence again. Another indication the markets are gonna, be bullish and go up. So that's how you use all of these indicators to essentially know when to get in and when to get out. I'll come back with a video tutorial about stop losses and all of that, essentially like risk management. But that's it in a nutshell. I hope that this video helped somebody. Again, I'm gonna leave the links for this brokerage, Thinkorswim, the link for the platform, also the link to the brokerage that I'm using, Traders Way, and just other brokerage I'm using. It's called like OS Pray FX, something called like that. But I'll leave those in the description below along with the baby tips. If you like this video, if you've seen value in it, if it helps you, if you got it, share it with somebody that needs it. Again, I was like a kid that didn't know. I was just asking people, because that was another part of the story I didn't say. Like, I was just asking people to teach me how to like trade and like, how to understand the stocks, and like nobody was really willing to teach me. Yeah, so that's why, again, we're doing the Wi-Fi bread series. It was something I was thinking about not really doing, but I'm like, let me not be lazy. Let me get back, and let me try to help somebody. So if this helped you, again, please share this video, like, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Be blessed, y'all. Bye.